Hey everybody, Dr. Nelson here. This is a video lesson about 100%. And the point of this lesson is to get you ready for Unit 4.7. Alright, so the first thing I want to show you is something that's going to give you a little edge for this unit of study, and that's how to read something called a double number line. Alright, well, it's kind of self-explanatory, but a double number line has two number lines. Okay, but notice how the top line is labeled amount, right? And the bottom line is labeled percentage. All right, so the percentages go on the bottom and the amounts go up on the top. And what you do is you always have the first little tick be 0. All right, so this is going to be 0%, and that represents the number 0. All right, now I'm going to just use some random numbers here. I'm going to go with let's say 25% is the number, say 3. All right, so that means from 0 to 3, that's going from 0 to 25%, right? Now the next percentage is going to be 50%. I'm going to double it. All right, and if that's 50%, then I need to add 3 plus 3, and this is going to be 6. Okay, the next tick is going to be 75%, and if I add 3 to 6, I get 9. And then the next tick is going to be 100%. And then this is going to be 9 plus 3, which gives you 12. Now, just because we're at 100% doesn't mean we're done. We can go further if you want. All right. So this is going to be 125%. And again, if I add another 3, 12 plus 3 gives us 15. All right. So the two things I want you to remember about a double number line. First of all, it always starts with 0. So 0% is 0, right? But then the number on the top, that's the amount of something, and then the numbers on the bottom number line represent the percentage. So we can use double number lines to solve percent increase and decrease problems. So here's an example of a percent increase problem. So it says John mowed 8 lawns last week. Okay, this week he mowed 25% more. How many lawns did he cut this week? All right, so the main thing to focus on here is that last week he mowed 8 lawns, right? So I know 100% of last week, right? 100% is 8. So I'm going to have, so again, we're going to start over here with 0, right? So we're going to have 0%, and then means 0. And I know that 8 lawns is going to be 100, right? So I'm going to go up by, let's say, 25, 50, all right, we'll go up by 25%. So this is going to be 25%. This is going to be 50%. This is going to be 75%. And this one right here is going to be 100%. Now the question is, what numbers do we put up here for the amounts, right? Well, I know that 100% is 8, right? So 8 lawns is 100%. And I know that 25% is 1/4, and 1/4 of 8 is 2, right? So I know 25% is 2 lawns, and then I'm going to add another 2. So 50% is 4 lawns. 75% is going to be 6 lawns, and again, 100% is 8 lawns. So now we can use this to now figure out the answer. So it says again, John mowed 8 lawns last week. Okay, this week he mowed 25% more, right? How many lawns did he cut this week? So right here, 25% is 2. Okay, so that means I know that 125% is going to be 8 plus 2, which gives us 10. So the answer is 10 lawns. All right, and by creating this double number line, we could figure out that 25%, right, of 8 was 2, and that helped us get the answer. All right, let's do one more problem, but this time it's going to be a percent decrease problem. All right, so it says Sarah read 120 pages this week. Okay, last week Sarah read 40% less pages than this week. How many pages did Sarah read last week? All right, so what we know is that this week, right, Sarah read 120 pages. So we know that 100%, right, of this week is 120 pages. All right. And it says last week Sarah read 40% less than this. So what we need to do is we need to make a double number line, okay, where 100% is going to be 120. So again, the first numbers are always 0. So we're going to go 0 and 0, right? So 0% is, right, 0 pages. And this time I'm going to go up by, let's see, we need to get 40%, right? So I'm going to go with 20%, and then 40%, 60, 80, and then 100. And again, I know that 100% of this week is 120, right? So this is going to be 120. All right, now we need to get how much 20% is, right? So remember, 10%, the 10% rule, right, is you move the decimal over one spot. So I know that 10% is going to be 12, which means 20% is going to be double that, right? So that's going to be 24. So I know that 20% is 24 pages. Now we have that. It gets easy because all we have to do now is double it, right? So let's see, 24 plus 24, that'll give us 48. So 40% is 48 pages. And then again, if I add another 24 here, I get 72. Again, add another 24, I get 96. And then finally, okay, we know that 100% is 120 pages. All right, now that we have the double number line made up, now we can figure out the answer. So it says last week Sarah read 40% less than this week, right? So all we need to do is we need to go back, right, 40%. So I'm going to go back all the way to 60, right? Because this is a 40% gap from 100 to 60. And our answer is going to be 72 pages, okay? Or what I could have done is I could have said that I know that 40% is 48. And if I did 120 take away 48, I also get 72. All right? So the nice thing about a double number line, it can visually help you solve percent increase and decrease problems. All right, good luck.